No, I guess. Okay, we'll start now. Just a second. Ah, okay, we'll start within 1 minute. We'll see. Debelina.
Good evening, sir.
Appa. Good evening, Debelina. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. How is the preparation?
It's going well, sir. I have sent you my assignment.
Yeah, I downloaded, but I haven't checked it. In fact,
Okay, sir.
what do you have? Just a second. I guess it is raining here. Just a second. Okay, we will start our session. Just a second. I will share the screen. Okay. Hope my screen is visible to you. Confirm me that. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So this article is talking that governor cannot indefinitely hold back bills. Now, for those who are preparing for civil service examination, it is very easy to identify that this article comes under General Studies Paper 2 of Civil Service Examination under the section Polity. Now, my dear friends, this Governor of India, a position which we inherited from the Government of India Act 1919, which is famously called as Montego Chelmsford reforms. And then it was continued even after independence, also, it was still there. Now, governor of a state mentioned in Part 6 of Indian Constitution. And here, governor is a vital link between center and the central government and the state government. Try to understand again. Government of India Act 1919, Montego Chelmsford reforms which empowered the position of governor. And 1947, the after independence, in part 6 we have the position of governor. Governor is vital link between center and the state, and according to constitution he is the head of the constitution, head of the constitution in state government. Friends, you should understand that this governor is now became a controversial position. You can ask me why it became controversial. Many aspects are there. Now, one of the important aspect is, if you see If you see the recent proceedings in number of states, if you see the recent developments in number of states, we can tell you that today governor became a hotspot for discussion. Apart from this article, I brought several governors and their recent aggressions, several governors and their recent aggressions against the state governments. One should remember them for the question which I am going to give you. The question is, governor, just a second. Okay. So, governor is, my question for you is, governor is not only constitutional head, but also had some functions. Governor is not a constitutional head, not only constitutional, but also had some functions. Highlight recent controversial issues over governor. Right. So this is the question for practice. Try and write the answer for this question. I repeat again. I will tell you how to answer also, but don't worry. But before that, have an idea that governor is not only constitutional head, but also had some functions. Highlight recent controversial issues over governor. Now, the author highlighted only one issue, that is governors holding the bills. Governors not signing the bill, that is one thing which was highlighted by the author. But I added the recent controversial developments from various parts of India. Number one, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi skipped the address where he is supposed to provide. You should remember, that Article 87 of Indian Constitution stated President will give address. President will give address to the joint session of the parliament on two particular times. I repeat again, Article 87 provides President will provide address to the houses in joint session of the parliament on two occasions. The first
First session and financial session.
absolutely the first session of the year and the first meeting after elections. The first meeting after elections. Similarly, Article 175 also provides same duty on the governor too. One should remember, this is a customary practice of UK Parliament, whereas Queen will provide address. Of course, today we have King. So this is the structure of the mechanism. Interestingly, R.N. Ravi, the Tamil Nadu governor, the today's Tamil Nadu governor, even skipped even skipped some sections of his address. So that is Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi, who became a controversial issue that he skipped his address, where he is not having such power to skip the ceremonial address to the assembly. Now, the next one is Telangana Governor, Tamil Sai. She, even West Bengal Governor too, stopped they hold their assent on the key bills. I remember West Bengal Governor doesn't give his assent over Howrah Municipal Cooperation Bill. Howrah Municipal Cooperation Bill, which became a national issue at that time. Now, a petition was filed in Supreme Court. In that, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud mentioned, governors doesn't have that capacity to hold the bill. Mind you, Article 200 clearly stated, governor can give assent. Governor can give assent. If not, governor can send back, can return the bill. If not, governor can hold the bill. Then he can send to the president also. So you should remember that this was the element where they are holding the bills. So one issue, recent controversial issue is Tamil Nadu governor skipping address. मतलब जो स्पीच दिया है उनको वो पैराग्राफ में मिस दिया, वो डिलीट कर दिया. So that is one thing. Second thing, he is not giving assent. Governor is not approving the bills. Third, but not the least one is there is no time frame too on the bills. In UK, there is a time frame. Within 3 months, you have to give the bill like that. Okay. So that is available for the UK king, but it is not available. Hello? Malli phone cheyna? Malli phone chestan. So that is one thing I can tell you. Further, you can see West Bengal government removed governor as a vice chancellor by saying that it was also recommended by Punchu Commission, so that we removed him. So these were the controversial issues over the governor. I forgot to mention here, even Kerala governor is in news. He doesn't sign even a bill which is changing Lokayukta position in the state. Friends, this issue should be remembered, not to get a direct question, but you should understand governor position is still a controversial element in Indian politics. Okay, so that I can tell you. Other is clearly focusing only on the bills, but I brought the several things. But however, what is the way forward? There we have to work out on the different dimensions. I repeat again, friends. Article is explaining governor doesn't have the power hold the bill. But I brought the last 8 to 9 months controversial developments around the governor position. So we understood what is Article 87 in concurrence with Article 175. We understood Article 200 also. Do remember. So what is the way forward here? Way forward is very simple, but before way forward, again I'm repeating. Article explaining governor doesn't have power to hold the bills. Article explaining governor doesn't have power to hold the bills. But I went on to brought several recent controversial issues over the governor. Friends, I want to bring your attention to the next issue, that is, what is the way forward for this issue? The way forward is governor is not independent, first of all. governor has to work on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. So that is very clear with his actions. In fact, B.R. Ambedkar do write this. In fact, important too. B.R. Ambedkar clearly stated, and I quote, the governors or even presidents of India doesn't have responsibilities. Doesn't have responsibilities. They do have only functions. Functions. Okay. So that I can tell you with respect to the things. And while constitution debates are going on, the debate over governor position again a conflict. I mean, a issue which repeatedly warned the constitution speakers whether these people will be in a correct mode or not. But they believe that the governors who are appointed will have a moral discretion over their activities. Friends, that is not happening also. So one thing I can confirm that he has to act as per the aid and advice. Let us say if he found something wrong with the bill, he has the power that he can reserve the bill towards the president as per Article 201. So certain bills can be reserved by the president. For example, Maharashtra Organization Crimes Act, even Gujarat Organization Crimes Act, even reserved for the president opinion, whereas governor doesn't take any step over them. So he can do that. But simply holding is not correct as per the analysis of B.R. Ambedkar observation, from the observations of B.R. Ambedkar. Supreme Court in Shamsher Singh case, even Nabham Rabia case, stated that they can act on the advice of the Council of Ministers only. Shamsher Singh case 1974, even Nabham Rabia case, he stated, I mean the Supreme Court stated, they can act only on the aid and advice of Council of Ministers. Only on the advice of Council of Ministers. Be clear on this. So you should write this point in answer. Even you can also write this point in the answer. It is the answer which should be reflected these things. You can underline this. You should underline, in fact, so that it became lifeline. You can also box like this. Some people are boxing like this. Some people are some people are doing extra overaction. They're adding like this. And they're writing. You're simply wasting the space. UPSC won't allow it. In fact, that will get negative emails. Over underlining, over action. Simply underline and box, that's enough. So what I can tell you is they can act only on the advice of the Council of Ministers. And in Nabam Rabia case, it is clearly mentioned that no nominee, you should remember governor is a nominee. No nominee can override power of representative of people, because this legislative assembly is nothing but representatives of people. So simply sitting on the bills, they are overriding the power of the legislative assembly. That's the reason it is there. Should remember, my dear friends, the government of Tamil Nadu recently brought a resolution to fix a time limit on the bills. I don't know much you followed or not, but it brought a resolution to fix a time limit on the bills. Because in Nabam Rabia case, it is clear that it is no government, I mean, no nominee can override the people's verdict, people's choice. Here, one constitutional expert, remember his name, he is one of the contemporary constitutional expert. He wrote number of articles in different papers. This person, PDT Acharya, stated, if governor is not working as the letter and spirit, you can just complain to the president as per Article 355. You can use this mechanism. That is what PDT Acharya is suggesting. And I told you a Tamil Nadu resolution for time limit is also important. So the question here asking two important aspects. One is governor is not only constitutional but also have functions. So you have to write functions of the governor. Highlight the recent controversial issues, and I can also add one more line here, that is discuss measures or reforms is better. Discuss reforms to strengthen governor position in India. Governor position in India. Friends, now I gave you first aspect, second aspect, three aspects in one question. Try to address. You can do more workout on it. I repeat again, governor is not only constitutional position, constitutional head, but also head, but also had some functions. Highlight recent controversial issues of our governor. Discuss the reforms to strengthen governor position. Check out, friends, Tamil Nadu issue, Telangana issue, West Bengal issue, Kerala issue. Then Samsher Singh case, Nabam Rabia case, PDT Acharya, Tamil Nadu resolution, governor, B.R. Ambedkar votes on the governor issue. Any doubts? I will wait. I will just respond.
Sir,
Any
I
doubts?
have one doubt. Like
Yeah, Shekhar.
it is as per the constitution, right, that governor can hold the bills for some time.
No, it doesn't have such long. I mean, he can hold the bills exactly, but he has to take action. Whether he can return it or else he can reserve to the president. So there is no explicit provision. इसका मतलब there is no clear cut statements that governor can sit over the bills. No.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. So why they are doing so? Like why they are holding the bills? What would be the reason for that?
Kaushal, there are two aspects to understand here. Number one, you know, the governor position, according to even Subhash Kashyap too, the governor position right now became a retire office for the politicians. So the people are missing that. Even Constitutional Assembly debates also. When there is a such debate by who will, I mean, will these people are obligated to the Constitution after reaching the governor position? Scholars like K.M. Munshi and other people clearly stated they may derail. So then B.R. Ambedkar stated there can be a kind of moral obligation over them. Unfortunately, that is missing. There is no moral obligation. Still, there are political affiliations and political, things are going on. You should remember that during the 1970s, Indira Gandhi misused the governor position to derail the governments of the states. Even it was by by your Moraji Desai government also did the same thing, changing the governors, changing them repeatedly misusing the things. Okay, so it's simply political affiliations taking the dominations over the constitutional spirit and letter and spirit, in fact.
Okay, sir. So they are often criticized for being an agent of the central government, right, sir? So this is an
Absolutely.
assertive sentence or it like a criticism to them?
They will act as a centers, agents, but I guess, yeah, you are correct in most of the aspects. You are correct in that.
Yes.
So I hope you understood the issue. Remember those, and when you are getting any article, you can read. For the functions of governor, you can refer the Lakshmikant book. That's enough. Or else you can Google. You can get the Google also. You can write the answer. The submission date is next Friday. Take a week, not an issue. Okay. We'll go to one small prelims issue. Just a second. Okay. Hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Joey,
Yes, sir.
when you came?
So I came at 7:05 probably.
Uh-huh. Right. Hmm. Okay. Now we'll see that. Recently, one Norway minister came to India. He went and he met some ISRO scientist, where he discussed about India and Norway's Svalbard mission, which was in 1997, not now. So he just recollected a Hindu paper quoted this Svalbard mission. I'm not expecting a question on this 1977 mission, but still we cannot imagine what will happen. So we'll just have an idea what is Svalbard mission. Friends, Svalbard mission is a program in which India's Rohini 300, India's Rohini 300 sounding rocket was tested in Norway, tested in Norway in a particular place called as Svalbard. Svalbard is not a thing which is a code or like that. Svalbard is simply a place in Norway. Friends, one should understand what do you mean by a sounding rocket. Okay, so sounding rocket will have one or two stage solid propellants. One or two stage solid propellants. Mind it, solid propellant means a kind of fuel. Solid propellant. And these solid propellants are used to probe the upper atmosphere region, upper atmosphere region, and some space research. This is the purpose of the sounding mission. Sounding rocket is simply they will use solid propellant, and they are used to study the upper atmospheric space research. I told this definition as per the ISRO website only. For those who want to check, you can check directly from the ISRO website. Just type sounding rocket ISRO, you will get the same thing. So one or two stages, and these sounding rockets will have a solid propellant probe in the upper atmosphere region and the space research. Now I told you three important things. Svalbard mission is a joint program between ISRO, India and Norway. Further, I told you that this sounding rocket mission aims to test Rohini 300 at this area called as Svalbard in Norway. So sounding rocket, that is Rohini, tested in Norway. Then what is this Isbizon? Isbizon means polar bear. Polar bear. Isbizon means polar bear. And this Isbizon meaning is, in simple manner, polar bear in the native language. Friends, do remember this again and again. Nothing much. Sounding rocket is again a concept, but Svalbard mission is in news, but this is not a current issue. This was the previous program of India and Norway. Am I clear, friends? 1997, Rohini 300 sounding rocket tested in Svalbard of Norway, and Rohini satellite renamed as a Isbizon 1, meaning polar bear. Meaning of sounding rocket, I explained to you from the ISRO website definition. Hope you are clear with this explanation. Am I? Any doubts? I will clarify within 10 seconds. Doubts?
No, sir.
That's great. Now we'll go to the next important current issue. Then we can have one more one. Just a second. Right. So next one is cyclone Biparjoy. Today I will try to provide the meaning of Biparjoy and conditions of cyclone. It's a concept in geography. I will try to explain. Who will name these cyclones and types of cyclones? You have to do your own. I mean, I cannot explain this. You have to find types of cyclones. I will tell you what are the different types of cyclones also. Friends, you are well aware that is India is vulnerable for different cyclones all the time. And this year also it was came. But I want to confirm here. The continuation article is that is nowadays Bay of Bengal is having less cyclones, whereas Arabian Sea having more cyclones, which has never happened previously. So I will try to cover three things. That is, what are the comes under disaster management plus geography. I will try to cover at one spot. Okay. So let us try to understand the issue here. Friends, a cyclone is a severe atmosphere storm. Cyclone is a severe atmospheric storm which has very high speeds. Very high speed will be there. Now, friends, this severe atmospheric storm, will lead to many challenges. Now, what are the conditions? What are the conditions for this cyclone? Or I can tell you, what are the conditions for cyclogenesis? Condition number 1, you should have a temperature of 27 degrees or more than that. 27 degrees or more than that. 2, vast sea area. When I told these things, one of the student asked me, I told this, I missed this vast sea area, condition. I forgot about in teaching. After teaching all the conditions, one of my girl student asked, Sir, will this cyclone come if all these conditions are justified? Will the cyclone come in the canal nearby home, or in the river nearby my city, or in the bucket of water in my home at my home? I immediately took one book and I started to slap the book on my face. Immediately, I started to slap like anything because I don't know how to control my anger at that time. Then I rechecked the notes and I told this point. If you miss this point, definitely you will get the doubt. I haven't scolded her. You should ask me why, because that's a genuine doubt, in fact. So that is the reason you should remember that vast area is one of the important conditions for the cyclonogenesis. Next, presence of Coriolis forces. Immediately you will ask me, what is this Coriolis forces? The forces created due to rotation of Earth. Rotation of Earth. Rotation of Earth. Okay. So that I can tell you. Fourth condition is pre-existence of low pressure area. If you ask me, sir, how low pressure area will be created? Friends, if you have, let us say, a condition here, let us say earth here, if you have high temperatures, and as the temperature goes on, some kind of conventional waves will goes off. Within the space, you will get this low pressure area. Greeks used to see this in the ocean. That is, if this is the ocean, let us say, the upper area used to move like this. And Greek people found that the nearby wind is coming here within the low pressure area and it is circulating like this. So wind started to circulate like this. So this is how they saw, and they named it Kyklax. The original means Kyklus. Later it became cyclone. And this Kyklus is nothing but snake coil of snake. Okay. So that is low pressure area is the key in the formation of cyclone. One of the most important thing is this low pressure area. Okay. Friends, there are two more you know things. The two more important sessions important conditions are there. Let us try to examine. So first is you should have more than 27 degrees temperature. Then we have vast area. Then we have presence of Coriolis forces. Okay. Then we have these things. Further, friends, there should be a small variation in vertical wind speed. A small variation in the vertical wind speed. For those who had an idea about what is the vertical wind speed, it is okay. If you don't have an idea, you have to understand what is wind speed. Vertical wind speed is nothing but the areas or the locations you will find that small different wind speed near the ground you will find a small different wind. So that we can say a vertical wind speed system. So this is we call it wind shear. So quite complex topics. So these are some important things we can remember. So there is, I think, three conditions are there. You can read NCERT for them. So we understood conditions of it. Now, who will name these cyclones? Cyclones are named by tropical cyclone warning centers. Tropical cyclone warning centers created by World Meteorological Organization. I repeat, we have cyclones, and these cyclones are named by tropical cyclone warning centers, that is World Meteorological Organization, created by World Meteorological Organization, and Economic and Social Commission of Asia Pacific also try to help this. Economic, Socio Social Commission, Social Commission Economic Social Commission for Asia Pacific will use this. Friends, this is a typical step for the next understanding thing. When World Meteorological Organization created this, okay, and they created some regional members to name. We have Bangladesh, India, Iran, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and even UAE at last, Yemen. Sir, does I need to remember all these things? You cannot remember in fact, but you should revise them periodically so that you can eliminate the wrong one. Let us say if there is a question framing. Which of the following is in among the country not empowered to name the cyclone in the northern Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, and even Bay of Bengal? So these 13 countries are empowered to name the cyclone within these regions. Name the cyclone within these regions. I repeat again: Bangladesh, India, Iran, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, UAE, and Yemen. UAE and Yemen. Clear? So this I can tell you like anything. So Bangladesh, India, Iran, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Yemen. So these countries are empowered to do. Now coming to cyclone Biparjoy, the name meaning is disaster or calamity in Bengali language. I don't know whether it's true or not. Okay. And it was named by Bangladesh. We have to correct. Biparjoy means cyclone calamity. Is it true?
This means disaster. Yeah.
So what is the pronunciation in fact? Am I correct in fact?
Yes, sir. This is correct.
Yes,
Oh,
sir, it's correct.
then your name is Joey. You are also going to create us. You are also destruction force for us.
No, sir, Joy means winner.
Oh, this Joey means destroyer.
No, sir, winner.
Oh, because Joey means destroyer. Joey means winner. Nice, nice.
Sir, that's not Joy, that's before Joy. So, and this is
Oh,
Joy. Different.
sorry, madam. Okay. This is before Joy and
No,
this
no, sir, it's okay.
Joy. Okay, nice. So that's it. So now we got to know about conditions. Now we understood who will name. And then the recommended work for you is not to write anything, mean not to send me also. The recommended thing is do work out on the cyclones topics. Please maintain notes over what do you mean by extra topical cyclones? What are tropical cyclones? And you should also know about what are, yeah, is enough. Mid-latitude cyclones also is there. You just read about them, you will get a clarity. That I can tell you. Please work out on these areas. Now, one question I have to answer. That is why Arabian Sea is witnessing more things, more cyclones. Previously, Arabian Sea is at cool temperature. But friends, now IISCR stated cyclones are rising in Arabian Sea due to global warming. IIT Bombay Department of Climate Studies stated greenhouse gases increasing temperature, humidity, and changing the winds. It is also leading to create the cyclones. So the outright suggestion is rising temperatures because of greenhouse gases and global warming is a reason for the rise of cyclones in the Arabian Sea. Should remember it. Effects of climate change. Don't write only about the floods. Don't write only about the heat waves. You can also add this one according to IIT Bombay Department of Climate Studies. Rise in temperatures due to greenhouse gas emissions and global warming. Rising cyclonogenesis. Rising cyclonogenesis in the Arabian Sea. Am I clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm done with the geography issue. Now I have to see for the disaster management side of the article. So we did very well, in fact. So, but there are some things which are need of the hour. Number one is we have to see some. We have to see. We have to create some permanent infrastructure like buildings. And second thing, wherever cyclone happens, power cuts is a major challenge. You have to work out on it. I read an article mentioned in Down to the Earth once. A professor from IIT Delhi placed solar lamps for the solar streetlights in the Sundarban region. Friends, the biggest advantage was whenever floods happen, now they had this solar streetlights to light the people. So we need to have that idea that we need to go for the solar streetlights, at least in the flooding areas. To some extent, they can help the power cuts. Further, we should see encroachments. Encroachment should be worked out, particularly near the coastal regulated zone. If you don't know what is coastal regulated zone, I recommend you to read from the online. What are coastal regulated zones? Just read it. If you are unable to understand, text me. I will definitely discuss in the next class. Next one is we have to see the some scientific methods. There one is Center for Science and Environment, CSE. Center for Science and Environment, CSE. Center for Science and Environment, CSE stated that natural methods should be worked out, like wetlands, mangroves, should be worked out to prevent the to prevent the to prevent more damage. Friends, first one that is permanent buildings and solar street lights to help the people. Encroachment should be regulated, and then natural method should be there. Friends, we should also give priority to the post-cyclone rehabilitation. Post-cyclone rehabilitation. For this, I can tell that we need three important things here. One is money support to the people who lost their business. You can use Pradhan Mantri Swanidhi scheme. Pradhan Mantri Swanidhi scheme. Also, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana for the people. Then it is need of trauma care. People will have, people may lost their business and everything. Psychological support should be given to the public. Psychological support should be given to the public. Further, friends, after cyclones only, you will get a lot of flood water. That also create a problem and lead to mosquitoes, spreading of mosquitoes. So medicines should be available to the public, and also people should get all the essential drugs to the nearby things. So medicines and even other essential drugs should be things. So one, money. Two, psychological support. Three, prevention care should be there. So these things you should remember while writing disaster management article or essay or even question. So permanent building, power cuts, encroachment issues, and money supplies to the people and the psychological support, and this thing should be there. And compensation should be paid immediately. Compensation should be paid immediately. So that is also can you tell? So these are the important aspects of the whole article. Friends, I covered from geography to disaster management at one go. I will wait for 2 minutes. Let me get your feedback. Not 2 minutes at that. I will wait for 30 seconds. सुन रहा है ना तू What? Am I clear? Or simply you are not telling anything?
Sir, you're clear, sir.
Deepak, it sounds great. ঠিক আছে?
Thank you, sir. ঠিক আছে, sir.
Okay, nice. There is one more mains issue, sedition topic. But I guess if repeated mains topics will feel bored. Let us go for one more issue. This is also mains topic. This is also mains topic. God damn it. This is a mains issue. Prelims issue, in fact. So the issue is, in fact, I even felt a mistake after reading this issue. Commission for Railway Safety. I'm expecting one of the most favorite questions for the next coming exams. Commission of Railway Safety. Okay. So what it will do? Safety operations. It works under Railway Act 1989. Objective is it is investigate the serious train accidents, headquarters London. That's it. But the question to me is which ministry is controlling this? You can try. Don't try and Google and just tell me which ministry is controlling this. Come on, fast. Just shoot your opinion.
So is it an easy question?
You should not ask that, Kaushal. Give me the answer.
Sir, if it is so easy, then most probably it is Ministry of Railways.
Okay. Kaushal side is Ministry of Railways. Next one, please. Okay, I guess no one is going to try. Debelina.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you can also check your luck. Come
So
on.
I think so it's Ministry of Railways only.
Okay, then go ahead. Go on, Laddu cow. Next. Friends, even I joined with you. I also stated Minister of Railways, but this is wrong. Okay. It is,
Sir, Ministry of Home Affairs. I don't
you
know.
please, Joey, Ministry of Civil Aviation. So I immediately stopped a while and then go back to the Railways Act. I opened this act, and because I want to claim I am correct, I want to file a review petition for the article also. Friends, then it was confirmed it is Ministry of Civil Aviation. So why it is Minister of Civil Aviation? Then I got the answer that if the railway people who are maintaining, I mean, who are supposed to maintain the safety, they involved in the any conflict, any issue. So investigation from the same railway team is going to create a conflict of interest and against the principles of natural justice. So that's the reason they gave this to the Minister of Civil Aviation. It's in fact very interesting also. Do remember, Commission of Railway Safety comes under Ministry of Civil Aviation. Civil Aviation, Civil Aviation, Civil Aviation. Hope you will remember for longer time, I guess. Okay. Next,
Yes, sir.
these are in news. So Kakova Dam. Remember, this dam is not in India. This is in Dnipro River in Ukraine. Dnipro River in Ukraine. Okay. and this provides water to Crimea and Zaporozhia. Crimea and Zaporozhia. Okay, so this should remember this Kakhovka Dam. Kakhovka Dam, Dnipro River providing water. It is not important in fact, but this is important. And this Zaporozhia is in news. You should remember that it is in news repeatedly this year. So remember this again. I hope you will do that. Then I guess it will take time. POXO is also main issue. This is also main issue. GI tag is also issue. I think we're running out of time, I guess. I had a small work now. Okay, I'll stop here. I'll just try some questions. Tomorrow we'll continue the next issues. No questions this time, I guess. I guess no questions. Okay, next week I'll bring questions. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Why no? Okay.
No, sir. No for today.
Okay, Kaushal. So hope your preparation is going well and prepare well and let us try and check the answers. Kaushal, I haven't get any answer from your side. I'm eagerly waiting for your answer, in fact. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So take your time and please try to write it. Okay, Shekhar, Deepak, Deblina, Joey, Roshni, Jeet, Amrit, Aparna. Take care and good night. Jeet, how are you?
Fine.
Good, good, Jeet. So happy to see you again. And take care and bye bye. Thank you and Jai Hind.